The following program is presented by Pro Sound and Video.
Today on Broward Teen News, we're at Stoneman Douglas High School to learn all about the home of the Eagles.
Stay tuned to learn about students at MSD and their service dogs.
How teachers and all of MSD stay environmentally friendly, and much more. Hello, and welcome to Broward Teen News, Marjory Stoneman Douglas High Edition. I'm Daniel Duff.
And I'm Sydney Kerr. Today we're going to look inside our school to showcase some of the amazing things happening here at Douglas.
Like our first story, which focuses on people doing good for others through the program Best Buddies.
Best Buddies is a non-profit organization created to give opportunities to people with special needs. Here at Stoneman Douglas High School, students and teachers participate in this by holding an after-school club that includes parties and activities throughout the year. We head over to Ms. Saltzman, the sponsor of the club, for more information.
I chose to sponsor this club so that our students have the opportunity to engage in social activities. I'd like to see them be able to spend more time together in school and outside of school. It impacts them greatly. They love when their peer buddies call them or they go out with them. It gives them a sense of belonging to the whole community.
A variety of students all over the school enjoy participating in this club.
Personally, it affects me because it takes a lot of my time, and I guess it just makes me feel better internally.
I like Best Buddies because I get to have a one-on-one connection with students that don't really have that many friends in school because of their disability.
It has a great impact because our students have a lot of need to have social skills explicitly taught, and research has shown that they get a lot better results getting their same age peers to model those behaviors and skills.
Buddies impacts everybody involved by promoting happiness and creating lifelong friendship. This is Sabrina Mifsud reporting from WMSD News.
Speaking of helping others, there are a handful of students at MSD who attend school with their service dogs. Here's Amalia with more on the topic.
Here at Stoneman Douglas, it isn't uncommon to see a student or staff member who's gone through the approval process to bring their pet to school.
I think the process is the same for whoever's going to be with the dog as far as the certification and training.
You have to have a 504 plan in order to get approved, so it takes a while for the school to assess you and decide if you're eligible for a 504 plan. After that, it goes to the county and then it gets approved.
You get a dog that you think has the temperament for wanting to be around people and making people feel better. So we got the gift of River.
So in order to be a service dog, he has to perform some kind of service. So for me, he's a psychiatric service dog. So basically, if I'm having anxiety or I have a panic attack, he knows to either go get someone or to comfort me in a way that would help me calm down. So something he does is he lays on me and the compression helps me calm down. And other stuff he has to learn is not to interact with people and to stay by your side constantly. Obviously, first he has to be certified as a service dog, so you gotta go through the training.
So the dog has to go through all the regular training, like basic dog training, advanced dog training, Canine Good Citizen certificate, and then therapy dog testing. I don't have a service dog, I have a therapy dog. In our case, we worked with an organization called CAT, Canine Assisted Therapy, and they tested River and she passed, so she's now certified with them. She's a certified therapy dog. She's my emotional support dog as well. Most people have a smile on their face when they see River and they want to pet her, and they ask me, can I pet her? And I say, yes, that's what she's here for. And she has a little jacket that says, please pet me.
Considering all of the time that they spend together, it comes as no surprise that handlers and their dogs share a deep connection.
He helps motivate me to go to school, and another thing is I don't have to worry about feeling very anxious because I know he's there.
It's easy to understand the relationship I have with River. She's just like a best friend. She helps me a great deal. She's my emotional support dog. Just being near her and petting her and talking to her, looking at her, it's like looking at a person. She has these eyes that really understand. She knows when I need her, and she's there for me. She's a bundle of love.
This is Amalia Lomicki for WMSD News, signing off.
Many students find it important to learn a second language during their high school career. Spanish is a very popular option for students at MSD. Here's Jacob Siskin with Spanish.
What I enjoy about this class is that it teaches me a lot, and Spanish is a very good thing to know in life and for jobs and traveling and etc. A lot of
Being bilingual is important, not just in Florida, but everywhere in the world.
In our department, World Language Department, we had Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 until, all the advanced. And we, in Spanish 2, so since the first day they start learning Spanish, and Spanish 1 they got kind of the beginning of the foundation, Spanish 2 move on, and then we go on. But my students, since first day, they start using Spanish.
Taking Spanish at MSD is not just a class, but also an important skill to obtain.
It's beneficial to know Spanish because if you're multilingual, it's much easier to get jobs in other, categories, besides just what you're aiming for.
I think it's beneficial because not only do we live in Florida, but Spanish is going into the United States much more. And considering that I want to be in a profession that not only includes Spanish, but it just looks good for college.
Very important to learn any language, it's not only Spanish. Spanish is one of them. Language very important here in South Florida specific, and also in all United States and everywhere that you going to do any activity or business. It's important to learn language, and Spanish is the most, and here in South Florida.
My name is Jake Siskin, reporting for WMSD News, signing off.
Ceramics is a very popular course at Douglas for students who like to express their artistic ability. Let's find out more with Sabrina.
Here at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, we provide our students with Ceramics 1, 2, and 3. The class includes students making sculptures, yet it is very easy to make a mistake. Specific tools and procedures are used to create a perfect piece. Once it is finished, in the assembling stage, it is then placed in a kiln, firing up to 1,800 to 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. Students claim this class helps them deal with stress caused in other classes. They like to consider this classroom a safe place to let the creativity unleash.
Ceramics impacts other people's life and mine because it helps me focus and stay calm throughout the day. Throughout all my tough classes, I have a place to come and be creative and be myself.
Artistic because you have the ability to create almost anything that you're wanting to, with the idea of what she's given you. So you don't really have much of a limit, but then at the same time, there's a lot of different elements to add on to it, so you can have the colors and whatever.
We head over to the ceramics teacher to talk about her views on ceramics.
So my definition of ceramics is working with clay, and the type of clay that we work with in this class, we work with two different colors. We work with white clay and we work with red clay. The level 1 students use the white clay, which is a very moist material, very easy to work with. We do hand building techniques. And the red clay, it really shows a very interesting technique through the color, and we can do limited things with red clay, but when we use red clay, it's really beautiful, and usually my advanced students use red clay.
Overall, old-time pottery has always been a relaxing pastime and will continue to be taught here at our school. This is Sabrina Mifsud signing out, WMSD News.
There are many TV programs throughout the state who produce news stories just like us.
In this episode, we partnered with CCNN Live to feature one of their amazing stories in our show. Here's Andrew sharing a special story on one student and his love for plane spotting.
I feel like it's pretty much taken over my life as a whole. Because like I said, I'm here pretty much every week.
Thanks, Daniel. For most people, an airplane is simply a form of transportation. But for plane spotters like Kevin and Gata, these aircrafts have a much deeper meaning.
It was heavy. The act of plane spotting, to me, is basically you go out to your nearest airport, any airport pretty much, and just have a good time, take photos if you like taking photos of airplanes. If not, just enjoy the view.
Young spotters like Kevin travel throughout the entire United States on their own to meet up with fellow spotters and partake in this airport activity.
Friends from your school, you get together and you hang out on a Friday night and you watch a movie. Aviation friends, we get together once or twice a month and we all hang out and take pictures of planes.
I came out here, I knew Kevin was gonna be in town, coming from Florida. My friend Zach was gonna be here. A girl named Abby from Boston was here. A bunch of people were coming here to have a meetup. And so I thought, you know what, I'll come out. It's actually my first time out here in 7 months, but I'm back and it's better than I even remembered.
Wow, that's great. It's not, you know, what your typical high school kid does, go to the airport almost every single week, spot planes, but you know, it's just it's a passion, and I embrace aviation every single day.
And through the invention of popular social media platforms such as Instagram, the plane spotting community has grown immensely, allowing the opportunity for spotters to grow and share their content.
So we're about to take off into a storm. It brings everybody together, you know. It gives you a reason to do it because not only are you enjoying the passion yourself, but you're sharing your art with other people. And it's really, really fun to get reach and recognition for what you're doing rather than just doing it for fun.
As the plane spotting community progresses, members continue to pursue their passion one photo at a time. For CCNN Live, I'm Alexander Somayan reporting.
Teachers at MSD strive to stay environmentally friendly to keep the school and planet clean. Here's Daniel Haviv with more information.
Here at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, we try very hard to stay environmentally friendly. Students and teachers are urged to recycle, and some teachers even take it upon themselves to go one step further.
To stay environmentally friendly, as a teacher, I have been cutting down on my use of paper. I've been trying to transition to canvas more and more. I am trying to encourage my students to use the recycle bin.
On campus, there is a student-run garden open for students to attend as they please, but also demonstrate reusable energy sources. Solar panels placed there power the garden, and as the name suggests, plants are grown as well.
With the garden, that is certainly an emphasis that we have with the creation of the garden. That's why we call it Marjory's Garden, after Marjory Stoneman Douglas. So we always want to be environmentally friendly in the garden. We have, for example, solar energy, and so we kind of focus on things like that, but we're hoping to get other groups involved to do more, you know, composting, things of that nature. So we do have club meetings and so forth, and then we meet on Saturdays for you know, working in the garden, basically for service hours.
Some teachers even sponsor clubs to spread awareness about environmental issues. Clubs like Save What's Left and previously featured Marjory's Garden are among them.
Save What's Left, which is the name of our environmental club, was formed quite a few years ago, and we started out with just promoting recycling through the school, and this year we're really trying to get more awareness out there. So we're going to try to do a plastic-free promotion in the school and in the community, talking about ways that we as individuals can use less plastic.
I am one of the co-sponsors of Save What's Left, and Save What's Left is the environmental club at our school. We meet the second Thursday of every month, and we are also part of the recycling team, and anybody in the school can recycle, and we'll give you service hours for recycling.
I wish more people would realize that every little thing that we do can make a difference, and just by giving up meat for 1 day a week, that would have a huge impact on greenhouse gas emissions, just as an example. Or using a reusable Starbucks cup instead of getting a plastic cup every time you go to Starbucks. Just little changes can add up to have a huge impact.
This is Daniel Haviv for WMSD News.
At MSD, we also produce a variety of films, and we're proud to showcase a couple of them for you.
Here's our first film by Nicholas Hernandez, The Breaker Box.
Good evening, we are live right here at the site of where local teenager Olivia Blaker has recently gone missing this past Friday evening. Local authorities say she was playing a board game with her best friend when the lights went out, and she was nowhere to be found when they came back on. Charges will be pressed against the other teenager, Marla Everard, who has recently been found guilty of manslaughter and intentional eviction. More on the story when we come back.
Hey.
So, what's up?
Like, I don't know, when I was walking over here, the neighborhood was so different.
It's probably your soccer. Oh, wow. Okay, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello? Okay, hold on. It's not even storming. Why'd the power go out?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check the breaker box. I'll be back. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna light candles.
Do not fret, your friend is safe. You have taken something away from me that is very important to me. It only makes sense to me to return the favor. Once I see that you have paid as much as I have, I will release your friend. See you in the morning. An old friend.
Now, 9 Apples by Ryan Senator and Dominic Polari.
Okay, so this next one's real easy, just distance formula. What's the formula we use for distance?
Well, I could tell you that. Or, what I could do, it's my personal choice, you can just count the squares between the dots.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, that could work. Just whole numbers, integers. But what about the coordinates 672, 349, and 832, 3? Do you think you're gonna have enough time on the SAT to count how many squares?
I can go pretty fast with counting squares.
Zach,
Okay. Yeah,
you're not even trying to learn the material.
I know.
Your mom's gonna kill you if you flunk geometry for a second time.
Yes, Peyton, I'm fully aware of that.
Obviously, this isn't working. Let's try a new method.
Clearly, you're not getting this, so I thought, let's try something more hands-on.
Where the hell are we?
Try not to think about that, just focus at the task at hand.
Who's that?
Oh, just a friend.
Still help me?
Now, Zach, let's do the math. Peter has 9 apples. He throws 4 of them at a passing pedestrian.
He does what now? Wait, what? Whoa! Whoa! Oh my god! Oh!
How many apples does he have left?
5! He has 5 apples!
Thank God I have enough left for my pie.
You have to take us back home to my kitchen so my mom can pay you and you can leave.
I'm not leaving just yet. Oh, this is one of my favorites.
I don't appreciate the way you said that.
Shut up, you have no say in this. Ahem. Dominic is a starting linebacker, squats 375 pounds, and eats nothing that doesn't contain a little bit of raw egg in it.
So, what, am I counting the amount of reps he can bench?
Not even close. Dominic is a private hitting man as a side gig. He'll charge someone money to beat another person up.
That doesn't sound like a very reliable source of income.
Dominic will charge $10 for the first punch and then $5 for every punch after that. He will also charge $15 for the first kick in the shin and then $4 for every kick after that. How many hits will he have to take for
Okay, Peyton. I think this has gone on far enough. I've had it up to here. I don't want to come out here and have math literally kick me in the shin. I need to make a change in my life. And that's a me decision. It's not worth it to have to come out here and face Dominic. No offense, man.
Hey, that's fine. I'm just gonna go track my colors.
Are you really gonna start trying?
Yes.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Same time next week?
To end our show, we bring you Anguish in the Aftermath.
This short documentary displays the unity of our community and the talents of alum Ian Whitland.
In telling the story, you physically feel better, I do. And then in the hopes that it might actually help someone else understand, I think people forget what happened here. We have to do good. I want to be part of something good, so I'm moving forward, and that's why I'm talking to you today.
I want people to be able to see people for who they are. You know, a lot of the time we walk around with masks on. We want people to see what we perceive ourselves to be. What you're seeing on these walls are those masks coming off. This is who people are behind what we let everyone on the street see of us. I want people to be able to keep that in mind, that this is humanity. This is who we are at the core. Whether you're experiencing anguish or joy, you know, we only show people what we want them to see.
I don't know what people are going to take from the exhibit. I mean, it's you know, I've been to, I'm sure there'll be a lot of tears. I'm sure there'll be a lot of, you know, wow, I didn't know that part of the story. I found myself as I talked to colleagues and met with students, or even just it come up in class that next, you know, month, 6 months, 8 months.
Anguish in the Aftermath is a new exhibit by local photographer and Marjory Stoneman Douglas alumni Ian Whitland. The purpose of the exhibit is to tell the stories of the victims of the February 14th tragedy and shed some light on what some of these teachers and students went through on that day.
So with every interview, someone would come in. I would give them probably about an hour and 20-minute slot of time, and if we needed to, they were not rushed. Everyone got the same 2 questions, which is to tell me what you experienced, your personal experience on February 14th, as much as little as you want to tell me. And the second question is, what would you like to see come of this? So what you see on the walls is completely unposed. They are raw, emotional moments that the camera's timestamp and the audio recorder's timestamp are in sync with each other. So when I was able to go back and pull a photo that to me evoked a lot of emotion, I could say, well, why? What were they discussing in that moment? and then pull the exact audio from that moment and pair it with each piece.
Our 20 minutes in that closet, we start and we hear some rustling outside. I heard some glass break, and that's when everyone went silent.
And we got 55 kids in there and 5 adults. It was 5 adults.
We talked about Sandy Hook. We talked about Virginia Tech. We talked about what we would do if something did happen.
I saw Joaquin, who was about 6 feet behind me, go down. When he went down, I'm like, that kid isn't an actor.
It's always beneficial to know somebody else's point of view. In this case, my experience is different than others. So I want to know what it's like to be in their shoes compared to what it was like to be in mine.
Sharing my story has helped me cope because people know more about it. You don't really see a lot of people in the world that have to go through what we had to go through. And with them knowing our stories, they know that we're still people and we still have lives. We still have something.
I'm sure there's going to be people in the community that don't want to see it, and I understand that. And then there's going to be people who come through this who want to know more. And it's truly for those people who would like to understand everything. I don't have the answers to every question that people might ask from this, but they'll get a good sampling of information from each person's interview into what they've gone through. We kind of live in a society of, fast service, digital, quick headlines and, sound clips and stuff like that. It doesn't stick with you, doesn't stay with you. So I thought if I look for that and I record audio while I'm documenting, I might be able to pair the two together and create something a bit different. It's not a documentary, but it is documentation. This is humanity. It's people.
I think Ian's one of the, a lot of the relationships that we've built after, the incident, Ian's someone that I didn't know personally beforehand, and now I consider him a really good friend.
I met him after the shootings, and I found that he was a really nice guy, and I wanted to help him, and I thought it might be a good thing to be part of.
I observe and report. That's what I do. I wanted to give everybody the opportunity to speak their minds, not be judged, not be asked a laundry list of questions, give everyone the same 2 questions and just have a space to say whatever they want to say.
Incredible and devastating, Anguish in the Aftermath is a timeless display of emotion that all should see.
Well, that wraps it up here from Stoneman Douglas. I'm Daniel Duff.
And I'm Sydney Kerr. If you want to see stories like these and more, make sure you like our Broward Teen News Facebook page.
See you next time.
Broward Teen News was brought to you by ProSound and Video.